nice when things fix themselves. But not sure if this is gonna do it or not. Not hit the GT, right? So, gauge is working fine now. Low fuel light's gone. I had this issue with my silver GT, the other 03. I replaced the fuel pump in it, and the sending unit got bent or something just slightly. So, when the little needle that rides on the sending unit has like this little metal strip, it's just an electronic strip. When the needle rises on it, I think it measures different resistances, and it gives it a reading back to the computer and tells you how full the tank is when the float goes up and down. Just the sending unit basically. So I replaced that with a complete unit, but in this case, this one's fluctuated sometimes, but it's always worked. But I did have to take it out and swap it over to the new Fluor Innovations system. So I was very careful with it because it's delicate, and I just swapped the whole little electronic unit onto the new one with the new hat and stuff. And so I was delicate with it because with the GT, I knew that was a problem, and I didn't want that to be a problem because you saw the gauge will drop to empty, low fuel light comes on, and then you'll even get a check engine light that says like circuit. I want to say it said circuit A, fuel system, high voltage or something like that. So, but looks like worked itself out now. And sometimes since I've done that return fuel system, I've been driving around and it'll fluctuate, kind of go down to half tank, go back up. So I always just keep enough fuel in it to know that the car's happy and it's not going to lean out. But this time I topped it off. I usually don't top off the fuel in this car, so I topped it off and it was fine. I did a pull with my brother, and then all of a sudden it went down to empty. And I didn't even notice till I was dropping my brother off. He's like, "Yeah, your gauge is dead." And I had just been telling him about it about how it was with the GT. And so I told him how this one was. Sometimes it fluctuates, but so far it's good. Reading full, gone 6.1 miles. So I don't know what to expect now. Like it might play around, but at least it's still working. I wondered if maybe when you top it off now, because I haven't really topped the car off, maybe that's just too much for that sending unit, and it doesn't like that. But it will function properly after that. Here's the Shelby, I don't know if you can see that, Shelby truck F-150. It has the Whipple Supercharger on it. It's actually funny because Shelby puts the Whipples on them, and went on this cruise down to Vegas with the Shelby guys, and this guy was super arguing with me that the Shelby truck doesn't have a Whipple on it, and I showed him a picture, and he wouldn't even look at the picture. He's like, "I don't care what picture you show me, because I had looked at it at a car show and I was like, that is a Whipple. Like, it says Shelby on the side of it, but it's a rebranded Whipple. And this guy, he's like, no, I know the guy. He bought that truck brand new from Shelby. He's never had anything changed on it. And I said, I know, but Shelby puts the Whipple on when they make that truck. It's like Shelby doesn't develop their own supercharger, you know, and he just wouldn't have it. And so we get to a gas station, and I pulled up the Shelby American thing, and I said, look, it says right here, Whipple Supercharger. And he's like, nope. And he still wouldn't listen to me. He's like, okay, I'm calling my friend right now in front of you. And I was like, go ahead, call him. That'd be even better if the guy knows what he has, you know. Go ahead, call him. So he calls him up, and this guy's just so arrogant, and you can hear him on the phone like totally get it wrong. He's like, oh, so it is a Whipple. I was like, yeah, it's a 2.9 Whipple. And then the guy's like, yeah, 2.9, whatever. Maybe I'll insert that clip here. But anyway, funny to see him get freaking put in his place. It seems to be running good here now. It's a pretty cool day too. And air intake temp, charge temp's only 70 degrees. I like that. Cold air from the supercharger to be breathing in. Usually IAT2 gets up to about 100, over 100 on normal days just driving around, so down in the 70s is nice cool air. Yeah, sounds good. Drag radials look pretty good too. When I bought the car, it had these drag radials on it. They're just the Nitto 555Rs. I like Mickey Thompson myself, but it's nice to have tires that actually hook, because I had just the standard Nitto 555 G2s on here, and they just spun first, second, and halfway through third anyway, so it's nice to have a tire on there that actually hooks. that second unit. That blower sounds really good. I love that. VMP is a really good blower. I really like it. I think it's perfect. Perfect for what I want. I want a car that hits hard down low, that screams, sounds good, you know. The Whipple's a really neat blower too. I don't have anything against the Whipples, and I know the 3.0 Gen 5 hits really hard. I mean, those are blowers that are putting my friends into the 8s, you know, and I really like seeing that. I love seeing the Whipple do so well, and there's like a Shelby up here, and you know, good for them, you know, but I feel like such a big blower doesn't, like, you can't play with it as easily down low, so it's gonna outperform the VMP. I mean, it is bigger. It's a 3-liter versus a 2.65, but I just like the smaller blower. It winds up quick, and you know, it's plenty for the street. 650 of the wheels is what I'm making on this one, just on 91 octane. So as you can tell, it already spins a bunch. So you know, sometimes an even slower car with traction is a faster car than somebody's making a lot of power. I've beat plenty of cars over the years that were more powerful than me, but I had drag radials on and they didn't. So it's not all about racing to me. It's about enjoying this car. Just, I love coming out here and just driving, just having this car. Matter of fact, I don't really like beating on the car a whole lot. I like doing some pulls in it and stuff, but I'm not like looking to go out and just have this thing to the floor all the time. can get close. Yeah, he can't do it. That's right. Sending unit's just fine after all that. Still reading full tank. Get off over here. I came back here. They're building everything over here. Get out and look around for a second. IAT's at 107. After a few pulls, not bad. Few races. I always put my window down so I don't lock myself out of the car on accident when it's running. Seems to be working fine. Going about 10 miles. Let's try this again. Gauge is down, power on, gauge came right up. people who watch the channel and know exactly what I have, and I really appreciate everyone who enjoys watching and following and, you know, paying attention to everything I do with the cars. And to me, that's like a friendship. You know, it's being able to connect with people all around the world who I'm most in common with. I'll tell people all the time that, you know, around here it's kind of too bad to be limited to only the local people who don't really care so much about the cars. And if you do find a Mustang enthusiast here or there, you hope that they're pretty cool guys. I've had quite a good amount of friends around here, but I've also had a few who really weren't the greatest of friends, and it's really too bad, you know, they take advantage of me. We'd work on cars together and then you never see them again, or they try to, you know, rip you off and stuff. And it's really too bad because it would just limit me to how many people are locally and what kind of people they are, and if they happen to like cars or not, you know. But I like YouTube and Instagram because I connect with people who are better than anyone I find around here. People who really love these cars and who like watching what I do and enjoy, you know, the Mustang stories and, you know, what I do with my own cars and stuff. So it's really great to have that connection, and I've made quite a few good friends, and I really enjoy the friendships that I've made on social media, YouTube and stuff. So anyway, it's something I think about a lot, so it's fun to be able to get out here and share this with you. But yeah, you know, this Cobra is something I wanted. I always wanted a torch red Cobra. I always wanted a 10th anniversary. Well, not always wanted one. I mean, it wasn't like that was my dream car. I wanted a red Cobra, and the 10th anniversary is just like the cherry on top. It's just a little bit extra. Now, my competition orange Cobra, I love that car to death. You know, I've had that one since 2014. And when I was shopping around for Terminators, you know, I thought, wow, it'd be fun to get an orange one, because that's a pretty cool car. It's pretty different. And I thought, well, that'd be fun. Why don't I try to do that? And that's when I found out how much people want for those cars, even back, you know, 10 years ago when I bought mine. They were all higher priced than any of the other Cobras. You know, and I get into some arguments with people on like SVT Performance who are selling theirs, and I'm like, why are you asking like $5,000 more than the Torch Red one? And they're like, oh, you must be new to this. It's just the way it is. There's a premium on the orange ones. So I bought mine, and it's basically stock. It has a catback exhaust, a mid-pipe, and a short shifter, but stock pulley, you know, just a really nice original car, 34,000 miles on it. And I just decided not to mod that car. I wanted to put a VMP on it. That's everything I did to this car was going to be done to that orange one. But then I also had the Bullet at the same time, which was ended up getting a ported Stegmeyer blower, a built engine, you know, 520 wheel. And I'm like, well, I can have fun with this car and pound on it all I want, and I don't have to modify the orange Cobra. And that still left me with wanting to have a big blower Cobra, even though the Bullet really is very similar. With a ported Eaton, you know, I was going to put a VMP on my Bullet, and then I thought, well, you add up what it costs to do a VMP, a T56, everything to that Bullet, I could do that. I could put that towards a Cobra and almost buy another Cobra, and that's basically what I did. So I have this one just to really enjoy as a big blower car, and then I have my stock one to enjoy with just the heritage and the collectability. And, you know, for me that means a lot too, so I kind of get to enjoy both worlds of it. Looks like IAT's down to 103, IAT 2, so that's good. Dropping a little bit of degrees there as we're cruising. The intercooler pump's working, air's cooling it down. So. But anyway, but yeah, this is pretty cool. I've been watching the video of when I went and bought this car in 2019, December, and it's just kind of fun to look back on that, especially because I just got back from Disneyland, and that was the same Interstate 15 highway that takes you to California. It's where I drove this car back. And there you guys go. Yeah. But anyway, yeah, this is a bumpy road. But anyway, I like to look back at when I bought this car and enjoy that, and I think that's really fun. It's, you know, it's not just about having a car that's fast, it's about having something that I totally love and that I don't want to trade for anything. And so, anyway, well, we'll get back home and we'll see how it goes. Well, so far, gauge is working just fine. So, maybe the car doesn't like being topped off, totally topped off, or maybe the sending unit needle just got stuck for a second, or I don't know. But anyway, that's pretty good, because I was kind of depressed about it. I was like, I don't want to drop the tank. I'm not going to drop the tank over that. You know, the car runs just fine without it, but nobody wants check engine lights on their car. But, although I have like my Silver GT, the check engine lights on for it. I need to get that straightened out. Usually it's just a sensor, a beamer. All right, well, we'll get home. Man, it is a nice day. New temple, beautiful. They're gonna have the open house for that here coming up next month. Super excited. Yeah, boy, she's back. There we go. Yep, it likes that. It likes that. So I think up top it doesn't like having a full tank. So when you put it in the driveway and just a little bit of a slant and that sending unit drops a little bit, I think it puts it back where it should be. So it just doesn't like having a totally topped off tank, which I don't really care about. So anyway, well, that's good to see it still functioning. It's not just like dead, you know. There we go. Well, intermittent problem, boys. I'm guessing since I'm always not having it completely topped off, that's just what it's gonna do, and that it'll always read fine when it's like not totally full. So I guess for now that's it. All right, just barely open the hood. Oh, that's nice, just warm. You do this on a Eaton, you'll burn your hand like crazy. That's why they call it a heaton. Yeah, the bullets, like, just going around the neighborhood, it's so hot. But this isn't too bad. That's why I like this big efficient blower. Sweet. So the next day I wanted to drive around a little bit, and sometimes I talk about how I want to have someone else drive my car so I can see what it sounds like from the outside and enjoy it because it sounds so good. So I asked my brother to drive it around a little bit, and I got to listen to the car from the outside. Man, I'll tell you what, it sounds fantastic. It's an experience you cannot get on camera. It's something you have to experience in person, and I love it. It sounded great. So now we've driven the car over 30 miles, sending units working just right, gas gauge is perfect, everything's working nicely. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and stay tuned for more Mustang content.